Hello ladies and gentlemen, today's video is going to be based around stretching, but more specifically how stretching impacts performance, high glycolytic performance, explosive performance, weightlifting, sprinting, things of that nature. And indirectly, if we have an increase in performance, presumably we'd have an increase in muscle mass. So indirectly, how stretching can also impact your muscular gains. So in a short video, relatively short video, we will investigate the science of how stretching impacts your weightlifting or glycolytic performance. So let's get right into it. In the past, when I was less educated, and I certainly have a long way to go, I used to run through various stretches prior to beginning my working sets in the gym. Eventually, I became curious on the realities of stretching. Did it help my performance or did it impede it? Oddly enough, looking through the research at a glance is of little help, because on one side you have research indicating that stretching unequivocally helps performance, and yet there is also research contradicting this fervor. Funny, because when it comes to research, this is a perfect example how reading an entire paper is crucial to teasing out the truths of the literature. Abstract reading simply doesn't cut it. Naturally, I did just that. I read the papers that stated one conclusion and the papers that stated the opposite conclusion, and suddenly the answers were clear as day, unless you live in a city of smog or Mordor. There are key differences between pro-stretching and anti-stretching research, the type of stretching used, and timing. In situations in which stretching was done within an hour of beginning the intended exercise, stretching is, indeed, detrimental to performance and presumably, in time, muscular hypertrophy. However, maybe more importantly, stretching performed as static stretching, meaning stretching yourself to a level of mild discomfort, then holding in that position for a few moments, then releasing, essentially classic stretching, tends to be detrimental to strength training performance. So then, why did studies show positives to stretching? Well, this relates back to the type of stretching. If we shift our focus to dynamic stretching, warm-up, not ballistic stretching, this seems to have no negative impacts on muscular strength. I might even venture to guess that it would help prevent injury long term. However, there is an instance in which static stretching is also beneficial, and that is after an exercise bout, meaning it may be detrimental before an explosive workout session, but slightly beneficial after said explosive workout session. Hopefully, armed as I am, you can apply this information in your gym routine and cut out pre-exercise stretching, unless you are simply running through typical warm-ups of the intended lift. Happy lifting, ladies and gentlemen. And there you have it. That is essentially the answer. Again, we have to tease out the nuances and the details of reading an entire paper as opposed to an abstract, because when you look at just the abstract or even just the title, of course that can be incredibly misleading, because there are articles that say one thing and there are articles that say something else. So being able to read the studies in their entirety and look if there are any issues or the timing, the methodology that they used, all of that is incredibly important. And sometimes all the studies are really pointing to one answer. It's just how they went about their different method sections and all their different variations of how they go about things. So that's really important. And hopefully that got across in this video. That said, that's where I'll leave you, and hopefully I'll have the pleasure of seeing your face in the next video. Have a good one. See ya.